Hey, what is cracking, guys? Bitcoin ETFs might be an important investment instrument to enhance Bitcoin adoption. But since the government is shut down and SEC staff is sitting home and drinking coffee, what the hell ever they doing there, it will take longer than expected to evaluate major Bitcoin ETFs applications. In this video, I will talk about how investors looking for easy access to Bitcoin, government shutdown, and why CBOE pulled its Bitcoin ETF application. "58% of American investors would prefer to invest in Bitcoin via an exchange-traded fund, or in short, ETF, according to a formal survey fund conducted by Bitwise Asset Management, a San Francisco-based cryptocurrency hedge fund. The survey saw participation from 150 financial advisors in the United States market. When asked what would make them to allocate Bitcoin in their client portfolios, 54% of them said better regulations, and other 35% said the launch of ETFs. Investors looking for easy access to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's value dropped by more than 85% in 2018. The retail investors that fueled the rally of digital currency ended with the crash, leaving behind an early adopters and traditional firms to protect its remaining value. Now there is an adequate supply of discounted Bitcoin available in the market, but apparently not everyone likes discounts. People prefer to pay large amount of money for something that is very popular and with the trend pointing up. Meanwhile, in the same bearish year of 2018, more high-profile investors started bridging the gap between crypto and traditional finance. The relationship between two industries improved when, number 1, CBOE and CME launched and settled the world's first Bitcoin futures. Number 2, Fidelity becomes the first Wall Street firm to offer cryptocurrency custody and traditional services. Number 3, the US universities, including Harvard and Yale, included cryptocurrency in their funds. Number 4, ICE, backed, announced that launch of the first regulated physical Bitcoin futures. Number 5, Nasdaq announced that it would launch Bitcoin Futures 2.0 in early 2019. Such an institutional breakthrough could change the future course of Bitcoin. It was stated by financial experts from the both mainstream and cryptocurrency space. A Bitcoin ETF, according to them, could serve as a new beginning for cryptocurrency adoption among the mainstream investors. The answer is that ETFs are well understood that is plug and play with existing software platforms, paperwork, processes, and workflow that professional investors and firms use. At a 0.25% to 10%, a portfolio allocation into cryptocurrency is not the focus of most investors, and most aren't going to reinvent the wheel just to have an access to cryptocurrency. They need it to be easily accessible. US government shutdown. Pump, who is the founder and partner at Morgan Creek Digital, also said that true adoption would happen when Bitcoin ETF will get approved or when crypto regulation will become more transparent. I think our target from August of 2018 has been $3,000. We came close once already, so we may just actually go back there or somewhere close, he told Block TV. Along with over the long period of time, I tend to think that some of the biggest numbers that are thrown out there are likely to be accurate. Does this mean that $1 million per Bitcoin? Well, time will show. Now that ETF applications of both VanEck and Bitwise remain under review of Security and Exchange Commission, the US security regulator would likely announce its decision, the VanEck Bitcoin ETF, by February 27. However, ongoing government shutdown led by President Trump has left 94% of SEC staff without work. Trump desperately trying to collect money and votes for his now so popular border wall that he has promised for so long. Bitwise believe that political situation could prompt the SEC to delay its decision on VanEck Bitcoin ETF. The likelihood of giving the filing a complete review is in doubt, the company wrote. Bitwise's own filing is complicated by the shutdown as well. In the same bearish, Bitwise mainstreamed its optimism, saying that political delays would not impact the growth of cryptocurrency ecosystem. Each day brings greater regulatory clarity, improving custody options, greater futures trading volume, more established exchanges and trading venues, and more widespread understanding. However, recently it was announced that CBOE pulls its long-awaited Bitcoin ETF applications aimed to government shutdown. CBOE Global Market pulls its application for what would be the first ever Bitcoin exchange traded fund. An approval by SEC would allow VanEck and SolidX partners to list its fund on CBOE's BZX exchange. VanEck's founder and CEO Jen VanEck told CNBC they plan to refile but cannot answer many of SEC questions until the government reopen. Hopes for Bitcoin exchange-traded funds are being closed, for at least right now. CBOE Global Markets pulled its application on Wednesday for Bitcoin ETF, according to a filing with Security and Exchange Commission. The SEC's approval is needed before VanEck and SolidX partners would be able to list their funds on CBOE's BZX exchange. Bitcoin enthusiasts and advocates have been eagerly awaiting for the approval of Bitcoin ETFs, which may stimulate new buyers to this struggling asset class. The world's largest cryptocurrency, which is Bitcoin, is down by a lot from its high reached during the recently driven frenzy in 2017. The Bitcoin trades for around $3,500 per coin as of the current time. The SEC rejected a second attempt by Cameron Winklevoss and Taylor Winklevoss, founders of the cryptocurrency exchange Gemini, to list shares of the separate Bitcoin ETF last summer of 2018. The Financial Watch cites concern over the investors' protections, fraud and manipulations of Bitcoin, especially since much of the trading volume is done unregulated offshore market over the seas. SEC Chairman Jay Clayton said in November he needed to see better market surveillance and custody for cryptocurrency before being comfortable with Bitcoin ETFs. The ETF approval process and other SEC applications for things like initial public offering and initial coin offering remained on hold, as Democrats in Congress and President Trump unlocked its settlement over fundings for a border wall. The agency has staff available to reopen to emergency situations involved in market integrity and investors' protections, including law enforcement, but most other functions are closed. VanEck told CNBC that the group will refile and re-engage in Bitcoin ETF discussion when SEC gets going again, as we can see in this video.
Can you tell us why you withdrew the application?
Yeah, so technically, well, you know, the SEC is affected by the shutdown. So we were engaged in discussions with the SEC about the Bitcoin-related issues, custody, market manipulation, prices, and that had to stop. And so instead of trying to slip through or something, we just had the application pulled, and we will refile and re-engage in the discussions when the SEC gets going again.
So we came to the end. Let me know what do you guys think about ETFs? Will we see Bitcoin ETF approval in 2019? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and if you're new to this channel, do not forget to subscribe for more animated videos about cryptocurrency and financial market. Other than that, thank you for watching and see you next video.